Nobody's here yet. I kind of wanted to take this opportunity to just talk about some stuff. So, during the pandemic, I think it's taken a huge toll on a lot of people. And I don't think that a lot of people are totally aware of just how much of a toll being locked away from our family members and told that, everybody's going to die if you don't do this and da 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 da. I don't think people realize how much of drinking a nice coffee in my living room at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I don't have a job. Well, I have a job. It's a content creator on YouTube. That's the world. I'm 36 years old, and that's the world now. Who knew? So, bun and an iced coffee, and I'm not even kidding. It's a hot dog bun from Cobb's with nothing on it. Because the world is such a screwed up place right now. And I don't want it to go back to the way it was. I want it to be better than it was. So I called this, whoops, I called this live mental health check. And I'm coming to you with magenta hair and my bun and my coffee because it is a mental health check. Because I really started being a content creator because of mental health issues. So before YouTube, I was in radio. I worked for the railroad. Before the railroad, I was in radio. Before radio, I worked for the railroad. Before that, I had every job under the sun, like retail. I worked for Dell Labs, like all kinds of stuff. Dell Labs is Sally Hansen and all that. New York Color, those things. So I did all that kind of stuff. And in doing that, I learned a lot about people and about myself. So the first time I worked for the railroad, I left. I called in and said, I'm not coming to work. This isn't for me. I didn't know at the time, I was like 22, that it was because my instincts were telling me this isn't safe. Okay? I'm not going to tell you which railroad, but those who know me know which one it is. It's kind of, I knew it wasn't safe. I knew it wasn't safe. I don't want to get sued. So I knew it wasn't safe. Anyways, somewhere in there, but I didn't put two and two together. So I left. And then I waitressed and whatever. Tried to get into college to be an MRI technician. And then realized that, that's not for me. So I job shadowed David Spence. And if you live where I live, then you know who that is. And he's a meteorologist. And then I decided, hey, this is what I want to do. So I went to school for broadcasting. And I was on Channel 10. And then I got hired by Rogers to do news. And then I left Rogers to go to Chorus. And I did news there. And I hosted a show. And worked for the football broadcast team, all kinds of stuff. It was a lot of fun. It's a hard job. It's a really hard job, and I was really good at it. But radio doesn't pay the bills, even if you do everything, including filling in the FMs. And I was on one of the biggest country stations in North America. And yeah, for like a medium market. So I left there and I went back to the railroad. Um, the railroad is like, it's like a cult. Once you're part of it for life. Um, and I think they know that because they usually welcome back ex-employees with open arms. They're like, "Oh yeah, come on back. We knew you'd be here." And you're like, "Shit, really?" So, I being in the railroad, um I lost four coworkers, one of which I called to work, and then he was killed in the yard. So that kind of sucked. That really sucked, actually. Like I said, not going to say which railroad. Um, Sorry, excuse me for a moment. Better. So, like I said, I'm not going to say which railroad, but yeah. And then in my personal life, I had a colleague, mentor, and friend die. And then I had a colleague and friend die. And then I had the other three coworkers from the railroad die. And then I had another colleague die. All in 2 months. So that was fun. And I had a breakdown. This was in 2019. So I drove myself to the hospital because if you've ever watched my videos, my car's name is Ophelia. She's beautiful. But I always feel safe in her because I'm in control. Now I'm telling everybody about all this because I scroll through TikTok and I scroll through bun coming out of my mouth. And I scroll through YouTube and Twitter and all of it. And a lot of people are having a really hard time. And a lot of people don't think anybody else gets it. Or they're, you know, mine's worse, or mine's not that bad, or mine's, so astronomically beyond comprehension, no one would ever understand. Well, same. Samesies. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's always somebody to reach out to. So, when I had my breakdown, I drove myself to the hospital in Little Ophelia. Yeah, Lauren, past years, holy Toledo. And I think people need to hear about what other people have been through to really understand, like, you're not alone. You're not alone. And so many people are afraid to share it because there's this stigma. Like I was a bloody news anchor. I worked in operations in a railroad twice. And now I'm batshit crazy. So, like, come on. Let's all deal with this together, have our midlife crises, because we're all Gen Xers or, I guess, geriatric millennials. And we all have multicolored hair and we all don't have a fucking clue what's going on. So we're going to fix this together. But I guess my point is, we get it, okay? And it's not just... Thank you, I appreciate it. Maybe we can talk about this over a YouTube or something one day. But, like, it's not a generational thing. I think the generations deal with it differently. If you were raised by boomers, I get it. And now all those kids that we're trying to raise, they're sarcastic, they're sassy, they have no idea how sarcastic and sassy they are, because that's how a lot of us dealt with all this, with sarcasm and just absolute disregard for personal well-being whatsoever. Anyways, I had the breakdown. I'm at the Rocky View. I'm having a breakdown. Called my mom. My mom came. We chilled. They send me to something called day hospital. So it's outpatient psychiatric care. So I would go every day from 8 to 4, Monday to Friday. It's like a full-time job. By the way, the reason I had the breakdown, like besides the people dying, it was the day that the 3 people fell off the side of the mountain in a place. I'm not saying anything else. But Railroad was calling me into work that morning while I'm in the psych ward at the Rocky View. Because the person who was actually on shift freaked. Just freaked. They don't work there anymore either. So, anywho, it's not important. What's important is, I was in the psych ward. I wasn't tied up or anything like that. I was just sitting there talking to this lovely nurse. And they give you the report. Like, you read the report after. Well, I got it because I had to send it to my insurance company, and that was a battle. I hate insurance companies. That's a whole other topic. In the report, well-dressed, upper middle class female. I'm like, ooh. Overweight. Yeah, I'm fat, whatever. Hair's well kept. No makeup on, but skin is clear, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes into, like, all this stuff that you're in there talking to them about, and you're like, holy shit. I was with this nurse for like 2 hours. I had no idea. So, they send me to day hospital, like 2 weeks later. Best thing I ever did in my life was go to day hospital. Best thing that ever happened to me was having a breakdown. It gave me clarity that I never thought that I would have in my entire life. The best thing that ever happened to me was having a mental breakdown. Going and getting the care and the help that I needed. And now I'm on the other end of it. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. Beforehand, I would deal with all of this trauma, not just the people dying, but I had a lot of childhood trauma that's also another YouTube video. It's a whole other, like, series. We could go every year. From 5 to 36. What the fuck happened to Josie? Yeah, it's one of those. It's a saga. Whatever. Sega. Shitty system. Anywho, So I would cope with this stuff with alcohol. July 20th was 4 years and 4 months of sobriety for Josie. And I know you're like, oh, but your breakdown happened 3 years ago. So I had quit drinking March 20th of 2018. And hi, and thank you. Thank you for the congratulations, Lauren. So I had quit drinking March 20th of 2018. I was done. Because I could feel myself going down that road again. Because I had been in and out of being a piss tank quite often in my life. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I have so much to look forward to. And I really shouldn't have stopped drinking again without more mental health support, because at that point in time, my ex and I have, like, how long were Warren and I together? 14 years. I just split up, like permanently split up. And we're still really good friends. Warren, if you're watching this, I love you. Hi. Also, I'll drive you to the MRI when you need it, just in case, because I know it's at 10 p.m. and Tammy might be asleep. It's all good. Anywho, and his girlfriend is great. Hi, Tammy, if you watch this. I love her. She's awesome, and she's so good to him. And like, Warren and I are still really good friends, and we always will be. Like, we always will be. But I shouldn't have quit drinking right there without any support at all. Because that was a really bad idea, and it caused me to not be doing so good. And yeah. So, anywho, back to day hospital. It was one of the catalysts towards the breakdown. The guys falling off the mountain was like the straw that broke the camel's back, or the straw that imploded the entire city. Anyway, yeah, it was the Trojan horse. So I went to day hospital and I learned all kinds of things about mental health. Who knew you'd learn that in the mental health day hospital? It was awesome. Everybody needs to go to counseling. Every single person on this planet, even if you just go once, go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. Go to a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists are great. I love my psychiatrist. She's awesome. She's so much fun to talk to, and like we'll talk about stories and all. Oh, it's great. I love her. Go to a psychologist, talk to them for 1 hour, just once in your life, and you will have so much more clarity. Mentally, physically, like you'll physically feel better, because you'll be like, oh, okay, I guess I really am kind of fucked up, and it's okay to feel that way, and it's okay to, have this craziness going on, and well, I guess I could work on that. Okay, thanks, doc, I appreciate this. And then you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. Why haven't I done this? And if you don't have coverage or free psychology in your area, go to like a drop-in counseling. Go to like, don't overwhelm your hospital. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be like, go to the hospital. But go to the hospital if you're anything. If you're contemplating not existing anymore or anything like that, go to the hospital. And that was another thing I learned in day hospital. I was part of this we did an activity in day hospital, and this one really stuck with me, and I was with 3 other people, and our topic was not existing anymore. by your own hand. I don't really know. I know there's certain words on here that you can't really say or you get dinged or whatever. So not existing anymore. And the people I was with, they were like, "Oh, that's saying it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. That's crap, blah blah blah." And I looked at them and I was like, "Have you guys ever tried it?" One of them had. And I asked the guy, I was like, "You glad it didn't work?" He was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, why?" Well, because I realize now that, the issues I was having would resolve themselves. He's like, "I'm still having some of them, but it's getting easier." And I'm like, "Okay, so wouldn't that have been a permanent solution to a temporary problem?" Yeah. So, unalive yourself. That's what people call it nowadays. Oh, I don't like that. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm in day hospital, I'm doing all that, and that was one of the things that really stuck out for me was that. Because I had a couple friends unalive themselves, and that was part of the drinking. Um, Iced coffee and a bun, remember? What time is it? Oh, I have time. Good, I have time. So, anyways, I guess what I'm really want to focus on here is that we really are all in this together, and a lot of people have issues. Like we have trauma, we have just flat out bullshit. And like if you're one of those people who don't, either you're lying or you haven't lived or you're so self-absorbed that you really need to just kind of take a check on yourself, take a check on your life and be like, like there is some shit that happened that really bugged me. And you never know, maybe you'll discover that it has this effect on you that you didn't even know it had on you until you're like, whoa, maybe I should talk to somebody about that. It happens, believe me, it happens. It happens to a lot of people. Um, and self-absorbed is this shield, is this force field like sarcasm. It's just not as funny. Like, you need to get to that point where you can joke about it like I can and know that I'm still being very serious. Like, this is a serious topic, and I think people need to understand that you're not alone. It's going to be okay. And we're all in this together. So that's what happened to me. And I've been going through the motions of this for the last almost 3 years. What are we at? 2019, 2 years. What? Whatever, 2 years. Anyways, I've been going through it. I've definitely been going through it. And I'm trying to refigure myself out. And YouTube and social media and being a creator and getting it out there, it's definitely helped. It's definitely helped me figure it out. And thank you everybody for one watching the popping videos and stuff because it's just fascinating. I'm trying to get my clinical esthetician certificate, not certificate like diploma or degree or whatever, to be an esthetician and a clinical esthetician at that. I've always found it fascinating. Um, Also, a big thank you to watching the rest of the content. We all know that I love Starbucks. That's obvious. Thank you, Lauren. But yeah, I love Starbucks. I love trying new foods. I I don't know how to say thank you to you guys. This has been a journey. It's a journey for everybody. I think everybody needs to have the wherewithal to just know that it's gonna be okay. Other people are going through this. Other people, other people are fat, like, hello. Other people are skinny, too skinny. It doesn't matter. Like, I did a body shaming thing. I'll link that video later on today to this live, because, like, it is fucked up. We're all people. We're all trying. And there's this one guy on TikTok, and he just, like, he's brutal to people unless you're, like, skinny or muscular. And it's like, buddy, you have no idea what people are going through. Like, yeah, some people, like, yeah, it'd probably be healthier if you lost a few pounds just for, like, your joints and stability and mobility. We are sisters who don't know each other. That's awesome. I was gonna do another migraine update video in the next month or so. Because, yeah, I do Botox for migraines too. But yeah, like, you don't know what's going on in somebody's life. Like me, okay, I'm overweight. I'm on the wait list for a diagnosis to see if I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is hypermobility, and I've got to wait for that. So that's really been trying on my mental health big time. I also, like, I have a broken knee, which I is permanent. Like, I'm disabled, which sucks, but I don't let it stop me. Like, my cane is in Ophelia all the time, just in case I need it. Like, if I have to, like, if I was walking through a theme park, I'd bring my cane with me just in case, right? Like, but I can go to the grocery store and stuff, and some days are better than others. Um, I have a partially torn ACL, and I just have some damage in there, and there's nothing they can do about it. So, Beans. Beans is the kitten. She's freaking cute. Oh my god, she's cute. She's not even a kitten anymore. She's gonna be a year at the end of August. Like, when do cats stop growing? Everyone says 12 months, but, like, she's a teeny tiny beanie weenie. Itsy bitsy. Right, Beanie? Do you want to bring Mom your bird? Do you want to bring me your bird? Yeah. Right, Mom. Anywho, hi, Beans. She might bring me her bird. Mental health stuff. I hope that everybody's able to go through theirs, and I hope that everybody's able to find, like, I think she's a small cat too. Just because my Meowkins, April Chica Meow, she passed away in December. She was 19. I had her for 17 of those 19 years. She was a small cat. She was also the overlord of planet Earth, ruler, sultan, queen, king, anger of all. So, like, and she was smart. She was very smart, and Beans is taking after her. I don't think Beans is sassy enough to rule the world. Meow was, but yeah. And then I have Marley, and he's 7 or 8, and he's a big dumb orange lasagna eating orange cat like Garfield, and he's dumb. Anywho, mental health. Get some cats or some dogs or some pets. There's a cat for everybody. I really do. I think there's a cat for everybody. Everybody on this planet has a cat. The only animals to domesticate themselves, cats. Because they saw us and they're like, oh, big dumb apes. They're going to feed me and think I'm cute. They're not wrong. And then in Egypt, we worshipped them. So, mental health. Just know you're not alone. Just know that You know, you're going through it. So's the person sitting next to you at the bus stop, or on the train, or having their coffee across from you at the Starbucks, or the person sitting in their car yelling at somebody on their phone. We're all going through it. We're going to get through it. It's been a pandemic. We can do it. We can do it together. And like I was saying before, I really don't want it to go back to the way it was. I think maybe we've learned some lessons about work life balance, which is a huge part of mental health, and people needing to just have more time at home, have more time with your families. Even if you're doing your work at your desk in your office and your dog walks in and is like, "Hey, throw the ball for me." There's 30 seconds of joy watching how happy your dog is that you're throwing the ball for him. Or if your cat walks in and jumps on the keyboard and types, in the instant messenger, fuck off to your boss. And you're like, oh my God, sorry, it was just my cat. Like how many meetings, like Zoom meetings, have been interrupted by animals, kids. And then everybody gets to see that, like, hey, we're all kind of living the same life. Like, I had a Zoom meeting yesterday and the kids were downstairs and they were screaming their heads off and I had to bang on the floor, like, shut up. Everybody's living that life. But you see how much happier people are. You see how much happier people are when their cat walks in, or the infamous video from BBC of the guy's toddler walking and like banging on stuff. And he's trying not to laugh, and you can tell he's kind of mad, but it's funny at the same time. And like, the anchor who's interviewing him is laughing. Like, we all have that. We all have that. So, Beanie, bring me your birdie. Bring me your bird beans. No. Anywho, I don't want it to go back to the let's go sit in an office and be mundane and be all of this. And let's convert that office space into housing. Like, all of these office buildings are fully equipped, fully plumbed, all that stuff. You could easily rezone them residential. Why not? Why not have that work-life balance, man? Like, you need to. You absolutely need to. Like, life don't work with the railroad. It doesn't, by the way. Like, the railroad will unalive you one day. But yeah, so mental health, make sure to look after yourself. Look after your loved ones. If you see people, you're scrolling through your TikTok and someone's sitting there like, I feel absolutely disgusting about myself. Oh, I hope you don't have to go back to the office. Oh, that's dumb. But yeah, if you see anybody on the internet or on TikTok or Twitter and they're just having a bad day, don't shit all over them. If you have nothing nice to say, just keep scrolling. Or you can say, you know what? You look gorgeous today. And they might read that and be like, cool, thank you. Like, I appreciate that. I don't feel like a bag of shit anymore. Wow. This person actually had some human decency and was nice to me. Do that, please. Don't do all the other stuff. Don't be awful. I just don't think it's worth it anymore. But yeah, I want to try and do a live couple, at least once a week. I'm really stepping up the content creating, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And I was actually going through my phone the other day and found scores of videos and extraction actions and all kinds of stuff I haven't edited. So those will be posted soon. And I really enjoy doing the lives. I want more people. Maybe I could make it like a thing. Maybe I could make it scheduled every day. Like, I don't know. Maybe not every day right off the bat because I can't commit to that right now. But maybe I could do it every Tuesday at 1. Like, I think that would be a lot of fun. Or Tuesdays and Friday or something. I don't know. I'll figure it all out. I'll let you know on my channel and stuff. I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to go have a massage. Also, part of mental health. Take care of your physical being. Meditate. Do grounding. Do mindfulness. Believe me, it helps. It really does. It helped me immensely after having a breakdown. So I have so many things I want to talk about and so many just videos I want to do. And I like going live because even if nobody watches it at the time, I can throw it up on my channel after it's done processing and doing its YouTube-y thing. And then I can just be like, hey, here's da 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 da, right? And I can just go off. And there's no way that I can edit it and it's just a free for all. And I love that part about it. Like, I really, really do. Today we started with eating a bun and drinking a coffee because we're all going a little crazy. And that's fine. And I don't throw that around lightly because, like, it's stir crazy. You're stuck in your house. Or you were. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I have a wonderful message. I appreciate that. And don't be jealous. Don't be jealous because you are looking at has been through the ringer right now. But yeah, like, just, I think the lack of social interaction, not so much the work part, but the lack of social interaction is really getting to people. And if everybody would just stop being stupid, we could socially interact more. Because there's some of us who are immunocompromised, or there's some of us who are worried about it, or you have elders in your life, or you have really senior citizens or whatever, and you don't want to risk passing COVID to them, right? So, but fair game, everybody is entitled to do what they want to do. It's their bodies, and that's all I have to say about that. But this is the channel to come to if you are having issues, because I always try and make the content positive. I always try to have a message. I always try to make it fun for everybody. So, excuse me, it's part of the healing community, the healing community known as Diet Makeup, that I am trying to build. There's so many things going on, and I will definitely be back doing lives because I enjoy it. I love talking to you guys. Maybe I could be doing something in them. I don't know. Maybe next time I'll do it in my office upstairs and I'll have the microphone and, be all fancy. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. That's from being on the radio for 10 years. I get my radio voice going sometimes, so my boyfriend says. So yeah, I want to wish everybody a beautiful, safe, and happy Tuesday, as Peter Watts once said. And make sure you have lots of water and sunscreen on today because it's a little sunny out where we are. And enjoy this August afternoon. I'm going to go have a massage, and I will talk to all of you guys very, very soon. All the best and good mental health to everybody.